Are you the type to overthink your to-do list? Do you have 3 apps which pretty much do the same thing? Today, we're going to call that out. So stick around and see what lands in the S tier category and what goes in the trash can, the F tier. Let's get into it. Right, healthy eating. The very first item is creme de la creme. This is definitely S tier. You are what you eat, and you need fuel for your brain, for your body, for your mind. So that is why we are placing healthy eating in the S tier category. Alright, let's talk about the no meeting days. It sounds great in theory, right? But that is only until you realize that the meeting you skip today will just be pushed onto tomorrow, and then you're double booked. So that's not so great. And for that reason, we're gonna place that in the D tier category. The Pomodoro Technique. You work for 25 minutes straight, and then you take a 5-minute break. It's simple, but it works. And for that reason, we will place that in the A tier category. Hustle harder, rise and grind, blah blah blah. That's motivational quotes for you, man. Sure, are they inspiring? Maybe for 5 seconds, but then completely useless. They go straight into the F tier category. Before we continue our ranking, if you are enjoying this video, or if you completely disagree with my opinion and think motivational quotes should be an A tier class, then hit the like and subscribe. It really motivates me to create these videos so we all can get better together. Now, back to the rankings. Alright, meditation. It's great for mental clarity. But let's be honest, if your to-do list is 12 miles long, it's not so easy to find the time. It's useful, but situational, and therefore I will place it in the C tier category. Now, let's talk deep work, the king of productivity. 0 distractions, full focus. This is how you get those "how did I even do that" kind of results. So, if productivity had a superhero, this would definitely be it. S tier for sure. Eat that frog. Start your day by tackling the hardest, the ugliest task first. It's weird, but it works. Nobody likes eating frogs, but finishing that monster task, it's a solid A tier for momentum building power. You know what kills productivity? App overload. If you got 5 different productivity apps, but can't remember which one has your grocery list, you've probably gone too far. 1 app, man. 1. Speaking of apps, productivity apps, such as timers, Notion, Todoist, apps like that, they can be great, but they can't do the work for you. And therefore, I'll place them in B tier. And if you don't manage the use properly, they are still F tier. Next up, gamification. Sure, it can be great, but kind of like motivational quotes, you get a short amount of motivation, and then you return to your standard. Or it might actually work for you, and you get great motivation consistently. But maybe you use too much time on them, and therefore I place them in the E tier category. Here's the thing, exercise isn't just good for you. It's rocket fuel for your brain. A quick workout can make you sharper, more focused, and ready to crush your goals. No debate, S tier. Yeah, a good chair is nice, but it's not going to make you a productivity god. And therefore, we're gonna place it in the D tier category. It's helpful, but not life-changing. Now, another S tier. Sleep is the absolute GOAT of productivity hacks. No all-nighters. You need that quality sleep every single night to perform at your highest level. And therefore, sleep is in the S tier. Let's talk about gadget overload. Let's be honest, if you're wearing a smartwatch, a smart ring, smart socks, sitting in a smart chair, is it really that productive? Or are you just going to suffer from information overload? Having too many gadgets, I'm gonna place that in an F tier. Journaling. It's like having a future conversation with yourself. Whether you're venting on your frustration or you're planning goals, it's a solid thing to do, man, and therefore we are gonna place journaling in the A tier category. Next up, automation. Now, you might think automation is pretty great and all, and it can be, But sometimes it takes so much time to set up, and maybe even more time to maintain. And therefore, I'm not placing it in A tier or S tier, it's gonna go into the B tier. Now, much like meditation, digital detox can be great if you need it. But if you don't need it, it's just that, it's not needed. And therefore, we're gonna place it in the same category as meditation. I know I talked a lot of shit on smart gadgets, but smart rings are fire, man. For tracking your sleep, for tracking your heart rate and activity level throughout the day, and they have amazing battery life. And for that reason, I'm placing them in the A tier. Now, if you tend to overanalyze and overplan, overcomplicate things, man, congratulations. You've reached peak productivity paralysis. A color-coded 10-year life plan isn't going to help you answer your emails faster, and therefore go straight into the F tier. Notifications. Sure, they can be useful once in a while, but 99% of the time, they're just craving for our attention. And therefore, I'm placing it in the E tier category. Time blocking and batch work goes hand in hand. It streamlines your day and helps with productivity and increased focus. And therefore, they both belong in the A tier category. Then onto a classic, the to-do list. Simple, reliable, and let's be honest, kind of satisfying when you tick off that task that you just completed. But if you're the kind of guy who tend to overload your to-do list, let's say you have 47 tasks you need done today, then it might be kind of overwhelming. And therefore, it's not quite S tier, but I will place it in a solid A tier. Smartwatches are the MVP of productivity gadgets. You can track your sleep, your fitness tracking, notifications, timers, the list goes on and on and on and on. If you only could pick one productivity gadget, it has to be the smartwatch, and therefore it has to go in the S tier. Post-it notes. I will place that in the E tier category, because if you have too many of them, it can quickly create chaos and distract you from what is truly important. Now, the Eisenhower Matrix, the important versus urgent grid. It's like a sorting hat for all your tasks. So why isn't it S tier? Because most people don't stick to it. But if you do, awesome, man. I'll still put it in an A tier. Last up, the 2-minute rule. Sure, it can be great. If something takes less than 2 minutes, just get it out of your way immediately. But on the other hand, if you are in the midst of something important and a big task, it can be quite annoying to just have to stop what you're doing and go do a 2-minute task. And therefore, I'm placing this one in B tier. Here's the truth about productivity. There are tons of strategies, gadgets, lifestyle changes you can do today. But if you only stick to the basics, such as sleeping well, eating a balanced diet, and getting daily exercise, you will be an unstoppable productivity machine. So thank you for watching, man. And if I missed your favorite productivity hacks, please let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Have an awesome day, man.